Hi everyone and welcome to Anthony's Career Advice. My name is Anthony and today I'm going to provide you with career advice. Today's topic is how to grow your career. More importantly, or more specifically, 4 ways of being able to grow your career. So let's get into it. First way is chances are if you're watching this, you are already employed and you're thinking about the next step. But while thinking about the next step, you don't want to forget where you are. So your goal should also be maintain your current level of excellence. Right? Because growth means building on the foundation that you have or that you've worked so hard to achieve. So that means making sure that even if you are bored or if you've plateaued, that productivity level does not go down. Okay, so you've still got to prove that you're good at what you do. Why is that so important? Because it's easy to get buy-in if you're good at what you do. If you cause problems where you're not good at what you do or your productivity is starting to decrease, leadership are aware of this and they're not going to make it a priority to give you what you want, because you are not giving them what they need. It sounds cold, I know, but it's the truth. So make sure that you're still good at what you were hired to do, even if you don't want to do it anymore. It's vital, okay? Next thing is you want to start making sure that you've identified or you're in the process of identifying who you want to emulate or who you want to mimic, right? Whose career trajectory speaks to you, resonates with you the most. It's important because you can see that are they people who are already in your network? Are they 1 or 2 levels above you? And if they're not, make them. Start that conversation. Get to know them a little bit more. Be candid with them and say, I want to grow my career. And chances are I'm thinking about learning from you the steps that you have taken because I'm impressed with where you've taken your career. People will appreciate that and like hearing it. So it hurts nothing to identify those individuals, have an open conversation with them. Sometimes we call them mentors. Sometimes it's less formal and more informal. So seek those individuals out if you haven't already, or if you've already identified them and you're worried about reaching out to them, don't worry about it. All you're really doing is trying to have a conversation. And if we really think of what the core of that conversation is it's you are basically saying, I have observed your success, I'm impressed by it, and I would love to learn how I could be as successful as you are. I mean, what's wrong with that? Really, the only thing that I can think of someone saying is nothing at all and being ignored, which is bad, but it's not as bad as if it got back to someone else and saying, how dare you trying to better yourself? So if you're fearful, if you're worried, or if you're thinking about avoiding this step, don't. It actually can add value. And really bleeds into the next point, which is building relationships. So the more relationships you have with people, the more information you have, the more you will learn, the more they will trust you, the more comfortable they feel. It is proven that people like to work with individuals that they like and that they're comfortable with, more so than anything. So skill and background and training and education, all that matters. But if we have 2 candidates, internal, external, or any combination of the 2, and one person is a little bit more likable because of those relationships versus the person who may have a little bit more experience or more credentials, but may not be as likable, who do you think is going to get the role, especially if it's internal, right? More often than not, it's the person who has those long-standing relationships. And it is true. It is who you know. It's not the only thing, but it does matter. Everybody here understands networking, so I'm not going to go into the deep dive of networking in this video, but it does matter because it is about relationships. So keep that in mind because it is important. Now there's something else that you can do. It's about being a little bit more proactive. It's saying, okay, I want to move up. Moving up can be specific. Like you could have a title that you want or understanding what the logical next step would be. And you can climb there. But sometimes it's not as clear. Or even if it is that clear, you may not have the exposure, the experience that you're looking for. This is where you look at trying to find opportunities where you can add value. Okay, now think about this. This is where you take on more. Not more of the same, not more of the same work. You don't want to do more of the same. You've plateaued. Your goal should be to try identify projects that allow you to push your boundaries, allow you to grow, and allow your audience to know that you're capable of more, right? And there's less pressure there. I've worked with a number of people who have tried to jump from one level to another, and their biggest plateau or hurdle was they either doubted their experiences because they didn't have the title of the role that they were looking for, or that they were told after the fact of an interview that you didn't have the experience. So how to bypass this if you don't have the title of, or if someone's not giving it to you, go out and take it. So pay attention. Pay attention to what the business is doing. Pay attention to what that next level of responsibilities looks like, and try to incorporate yourself as much as possible in trying to be able to join those teams, work on projects, even if it's just little exposure. That's fine. More of that you do shows how serious you are and how dedicated you are, and makes it a lot more easier for individuals like whoever's in leadership or in management or in recruitment to select you over a candidate. Those are my thoughts and feelings on how to grow your career. If you found that this video provided you with guidance, support, please hit the like button. And as always, please share and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Have a great rest of the day, everybody.